Is Kristen supposed to be here with that?
Yeah, is that somebody's phone ringing?
There's Owl. Right, well, we're all working. Have you heard from Commissioner Sheldon today?
Well, let's roll anyway.
Excuse me?
Let's roll anyway.
All right. All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. 1:30 in the afternoon. Welcome to our special session from the Harney County Court. If you'll join me for the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, just a couple of quick items that we had from the last county court that we weren't able to finish. First item is court order vacating the easement in the Highland Ranch Estates on the Britt and Huseby?
Yes.
Huseby properties. So after we did some research and consulted with county council, we weren't sure if we were gonna be able to vacate and then just transfer that whole 30.33 acres swath to the Brits. That sounds to the Brits.
British.
But the ORS does allude that we can do that. So that's the way we're gonna proceed today. And if it's not right, then we'll have to come back and clean it up another day, but for the time being, that's the way we're gonna proceed today. Okay. So, court order, vacation of street. In the matter of the vacation of unnamed street in Highland Ranch Estates, Oregon, more particularly described in Court Resolution 2024-03. The matter having previously come before the Harney County Court for a proceeding to vacate an unnamed street located in Highland Ranch Estates, Oregon, more particularly described as follows. And then it's got the legal description, and I'll let people review that if they wish. It appearing on April 3rd, 2024, pursuant to ORS 368.341, the judge and the Harney County Commissioners accepted and referred to the roadmaster of Harney County for investigation, a resolution initiating proceeding to vacate said street, and it appearing that roadmaster of Harney County, after reviewing the resolution and coordinating with Harney County School District, has recommended there is no public purpose in maintaining a county ownership of the street proposed to be vacated. And there is no knowledge of the street proposed to be vacated can be or is proposed to be redivided in any manner. And in further appearing that subsection 2, executing the resolution on February 7th, 2024, a public hearing was held on the proposed vacation on April 3rd in the Harney County courtroom, Harney County, Oregon, with Harney County Court present. That notice of the pendency of the resolution and of the time and place of the hearing was given as provided by law, and proof of posting a notice is filed herein, and finding the street proposed for vacation to have no value to the county. The liabilities are to be incurred resulting from the vacation, and the county court finding that it would be in the public interest to vacate the unnamed street located in Highland Ranch Estates, Oregon, hereafter described. The entire existing right-of-way is listed in the description located in the county plat book. Whereas it appears the vacation of the unnamed street in the Highland Ranch Estates Highland Ranch Estates, Oregon, owned by the Britt family, would be beneficial to the property owner for the following purposes. The unnamed street has no reasonable outlet, and the right-of-way has never been exercised by Harney County. And then again, the legal description. John Britt had stated that the neighbor to the west, Huseby, was not interested in the vacated area, and that would result in the entire vacated area being vested as follows: 0.33 acres, more or less, vesting to tax lot 23 south, 30 east, 35 AB 600, account number 41110, John Britt. Also for the record, was a signed letter from Michael and Corinne Husby, stating they have no interest in the half of the right of way. Now therefore, it is hereby ordered and adjudged that the streets located in the above description shown in red on the town plat map, which is attached here too, and by this reference incorporated herein and made a part hereof, B, and the same is hereby vacated, and that all right and title thereto, subject to the rights of all public and private easements of record, does hereby vest in the owner of the land abutting the vacated property in accordance with Oregon law. The county surveyor is directed to mark the plat as provided under ORS 271.230, and copies of the order be recorded with the county clerk, county surveyor, county assessor.
May I please look at that?
Yes.
Thank you. What are you gonna want?
Excuse me?
Is there discussion or anything?
Yes. Any? I mean, we can do discussion for it, whatever, any discussion?
Not from me.
I
Okay,
have the original signed letter from this piece if you need it.
excuse me?
I have the original signed letter.
Okay,
Need something more than the one in email.
I'll trade you.
Okay.
I'll trade you the email with the original. We both have one for records. All right. I'll make the motion. Court order vacation of street in the matter of the vacation of unnamed street in Highland Ranch Estates, Oregon, more particularly described in the court resolution number 2024-03, as read.
I second.
A motion's been made and seconded to vacate the unnamed street in Highland Ranch Estates. Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed. And also for the record, as we started out, Commissioner Shellman is not present, so it's just the Commissioner Doral and myself. Any opposed? And if I already said that, I don't want to repeat myself. Hearing none, motion carries. So we shall have this recorded with the clerk. And then, do you have their contact information?
I have your email.
Okay. You can either, an email copy, I don't know what you might need for your records or whatever. Whatever, but anyway, so we'll get it recorded in the clerk's office and get a copy to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that just a few days or?
I should be able to record it right away. And then it might take a little while though for the assessor's office and the surveyor and whatnot to actually change the maps and on the books. Okay. All right, next item.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate all the help.
But thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah.
So, next item on the agenda, appointment of budget board member. We advertised for a vacancy, or one of the terms was expiring. And we received a letter of interest by Holly Smith to be reappointed to another term, another 3-year term. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we received no other interest. So at this time, any discussion?
I'm pleased that we have such a qualified person who is applying for reappointment. Holly was there, as was I, during the infamous 2019 budget crisis and an incredible budget season, and her knowledge not only from that and through the years since, but her own resume of her financial knowledge, background, and experience is welcome.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Um, thank you as well. I thank you for your service to Harney County in this role. It is greatly appreciated. And being in my first 2 years of office and first 2 budgets, it's nice to have people with continuity and helping through that. So thank you very much. All right, I make a motion to appoint, Holly Smith to, reappoint Holly Smith as another term, 3-year term to the Harney County Budget Board.
I second.
Motion been made and seconded to reappoint Holly Smith to the Harney County Budget Board. Any further discussion? And hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? And hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you.
That's
Can I
it.
ask a question about the vacating road from the last meeting?
Mhm.
It was brought that the town of, was it
Wellington.
Wellington?
Wellington,
Wellington would be, is in that part of the vacating. So will that dissolve the town?
yeah, the town was never formally realized. It was platted. The town site was platted, so all the streets were marked and
Uh-huh.
everything. But the town site itself was never officially organized. So what really needs to be done is the whole area needs to be vacated.
Mhm.
But it was gonna take more work to do that with, surveyor and the legal descriptions and everything. So we decided, and when you move eastward on that town site, there's a lot of interspersed, property owners. So it just would become more cumbersome to do the whole thing at this time. So for expedience sake, we just chose, since it was one clean piece owned by the Franklins, that we chose just to do that portion at that time.
I was able to Google it, believe it or not, so there was some information on it. I just would hate for Harney County to lose any history at all. If there was built a site or a building, I just would hate for that to be lost.
I wonder if the Historical Society might want to
That's.
Uh, do a little research and write something up so we've got something in the record.
Yeah.
From a.
Because a lot of
historic-
those small little old towns have, maybe unmarked graves or things
Mhm.
that might be a concern. You know,
Again,
I doubt it, but
I don't know if there was actually ever really a town site there. Like I said, it was platted, somebody had a vision.
I
for-
think that at a previous meeting about this, one of our early meetings, I think someone said there was a small cement slab that was poured once, not even big enough for a home. And that was the only, as far as they could tell, anything that had been constructed. But that, it must have an interesting story for it.
I like your idea a lot. I think I will ask Debbie if she, Debbie Arntz, if she can find out any information about it.
I do have, I don't have it here, it'll be with the other packet. There is the original, documentation for the platting of it. And I wanna say it was in the early 1900s. Don't remember exactly, but,
So it was really.
well, I don't know, I take that back, it may not have been that far back.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, and you know how Meadowlands area,
Yes.
that also, these things make for a story, but if they are researched and written out, it helps in the future when things arise until such time as if they are ever,
It's all very confusing and of the property.
right? And some of the people that know a piece won't be around forever, so it'd be good to capture that. Good idea.
Oh, sure, again, good idea.
all right.
Thank you.
One last little topic that I had put on here, just real quick, like, because it is budget season. I just put on here real quick, like to discuss the OSU extension contract, which is due for renewal this year. The current one expires June 30th, 2024.
I thought I saw 2026 on something.
That's the vehicle.
Vehicle, okay. I did look it over and I actually, no, that was the vehicle. It would be nice. Did you have any issues with it, Judge?
Well, I'm just I have a call into Tiffany, Giles. She's out, I think until Friday. She's like the regional manager over the OSU employees here. Just to I mean, what is the expectation? I didn't see anywhere in the agreement on what increases annually for budget.
Where it says the county agrees to on this page 2. See, there had been in the past, and I think Commissioner Shellman and Judge Reynolds were very involved in it for a while. I know I was not. It had turned out that OSU Extension was, paid by Harney County over the years, and they retained quite a reserve that they kept and they kept and they kept. And during our budget crisis, when we started looking at everything, all practices and really trying to clean up and retain any funding we could, we thought, why should they be earning interest on it? Why do we keep giving the same amount if they're accruing? We must be
It's like
paying
they-
too much.
It's like they held it in an account.
And that was, that took some doing to work with them. And I thought it got straightened out, but as I glance at this again, perhaps better, more clear language on what they agreed to, and then the county agrees to, like number 2, retain any approved funds not remitted to OSU. But I mean, what if we remit it and it was an erroneous or needs to be corrected, just things like that. This could be tightened up a little bit more.
Even in paragraph 2.4, says reimbursement will be based on invoices provided by OSU. So that really puts the onus on OSU to make sure that the invoices that they're submitting to us for payment are accurate for the actual expenses
And-
incurred during that month, that
and-
30-day period.
And so I know that, I think we need to look at this.
So just for the record, they did have a surplus of our funds still for the first part of this fiscal year.
See, we should
And I-
have it so that we have a budgeted amount, and as long as they are using it and expending it, if they want to bill us monthly or quarterly or whatever it is. But if they're starting to accrue, then the next invoice should not be for that standard, it should be minus the amount they have on
I'm gonna
hand.
say it was 36,000.
It,
It sticks in my mind somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there, and at the first of this fiscal year, I had them deduct their monthly statements from that until they were at zero balance, and then we started to pay again. We went for 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months.
When we first, or was located, when it was first located, I think it was around 36,000, and they were continuing to just send money.
yeah, so when did you say it, expires?
June of this year.
So there's a little time for, and, it would be good if Commissioner Shellman were, part of the discussion with you or with all of us, whatever it is, because, I remember some of their budget sheets. It was somewhat hard to understand the way it's laid out. I'm a simple person, I just like it
Well,
kind of the way we budget.
and I
Use expenses and,
I agree. When they first brought this into me here last week, I'm looking at the bottom number and it says, we budgeted last year $120,000. And I'm looking at the bottom number here, it says $176,560, and I'm like, a $56,000 increase? And then I look closer, that was my initial, right, and on their statement, the way it is. I look back over and it's actually divvied up into Harney County's portion and an extension office portion or obligations, and the county's obligation is $120,100. So it's really just a small increase this year, but my initial sticker shock was that it was going up quite a bit.
and yeah, so Thank you. You both or whoever brought this up for review, so let's make it nice and tight, the language.
So anyway, yes, and I had hoped that Commissioner Showman was gonna be here, because I know she was very involved in the negotiation on this, and
She was.
I'll still try to seek her out for any background information on this that she might have that moving forward for this year's contract.
On the vehicle use agreement, which is not expired yet, but again, the second paragraph that says, whereas the county of Harney provides a vehicle pool for use by non-county employees providing programs in coordination with the county for the benefit of, I think we ought to say, whereas the county of Harney provides a vehicle pool for use by non-county employees providing programs as approved by the county, because we have a lot of programs that have non-county employees that could then start saying, can I use the car, I mean, so I think, are there others besides OSU that regularly fall into that category that we are happy to check out the cars to them, or?
Not that
Does
I'm
anyone
aware.
know? I
Just
just,
takes the liability on
The county.
but, and then on number 3, where it says the vehicle pickup and return, vehicle may be picked up on the requested day and time at, and it's got this address here. It might just want to be changed to something like vehicle may be checked out. I mean, you pick it up at the motor pool, right? Or don't you?
They
Or is it
come
up
to
here
me
now?
for the keys.
They come and get the
Right,
packet.
but the vehicle itself, this
I've never
talked
been.
about the vehicle. The
Yeah, the
vehicles
packet-
aren't up here,
The
right?
packet they get from her,
Okay.
from Holly, and
Vehicle.
then they get them down at the vehicle.
Vehicle may be picked up on the requested day here. That's not true, right? So we can work on that language. I highlighted, I mean, I was just reading, it's going, it's been a long time since I checked out a county car, but it was never here for me. I always had to get the key from the Holly York of the time, and, this is we're talking about the vehicle. Yeah.
We,
And if I'm gonna go to the trouble of reading it, I'm gonna try to think about what I'm reading it for accuracy. Not trying to be
I'm just-
picky, but
I'm just looking. Is there a term of agreement on this? No,
I didn't see one
on
the IGA.
IGA itself.
No, not at least the materials I received.
Well, I thought we had something that said it expired this June, but this doesn't say now.
And I would put some of the language in there that has to be a licensed driver. So
Yeah.
doesn't say that, but what if an organization just went, I'm gonna have my 15-year-old take it and,
Yeah.
after they've checked it out and say my 15-year-old is gonna run to the store or something. It's kind of scary.
No, I agree, that would be,
Does end in June. I don't know.
that's on that spreadsheet, but the document itself doesn't say, I don't know where we come up with that date at. Well, like I said, I have a call into Miss Giles, so I'll follow up with her.
And is there an exit clause? Even if, it's an IGA or a. Anyway, let's look at it more closely,
Yeah.
because, I don't like to think that we just it all creeps back to the way it was, and then we have to renegotiate and do it all every time. We want it to be nice and clean.
This agreement is effective on
June
30th.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Where is it?
Right.
On the second of the.
Paragraph 5.1. Thought it was on there somewhere, but I was just overlooking it. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a good time for us to be looking at it.
All right, that's all I have. Unless anything else for the good of the order, so to speak. With that then, thank you again, Ms. Smith, for your service, and we look forward to seeing you Thursday.
Right, I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick note on the budget, I am just about done with it and ready to start printing. I didn't get it, I'm about 2 or 3 days behind. I wanted to have them done by last Friday to get out to the budget committee, so I'm a couple, 2 or 3 days behind on that. Was out of town yesterday.
Did it, were you able to get it?
Yep.
Balanced? Yeah, gosh, this is exciting. It's so
Yeah.
exciting.
0, it's like last year, so. All right, with that in mind then, no other business, we shall conclude this special session of county court at 1:59 PM. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.